Hey guys, I am super excited for us to learn about our new topic, plant and animal extinction. So, I also am really excited because I got this little slide and I think it's fun. So, let's get started. My face might disappear, but I'm still here. Come on. Okay. Plant and animal extinction. So, we're going to go over some of the vocab to start. So, extinction is the permanent disappearance of a species. I think a lot of you should be a little bit familiar with that. Ancestry is the origin or background of something. So, yes, you might hear that for people, but animals and plants have an ancestry too. Diversity, the quality or state of having many different forms, types, ideas, or etc. So, like all of these animals in this picture are very diverse, right? They're all different. The environment is the space and all living and non-living things around an organism. An organism is a single self-contained living thing. Evidence, material that proves a point. Fossils, this is another big one that we're going to be talking about. Preserved parts or traces of animals and plants that lived in the past. So I don't know if you guys knew that, but plants and animals can be fossilized. So that's pretty interesting. So let's talk about how are fossils made. Fossils are formed in different ways, but most are formed when a plant or animal dies in a watery environment and is buried in mud and silt. Soft tissues quickly decompose, leaving the hard bones or shells behind. Over time, sediment builds over the top and hardens into rock. So that's kind of the gist of how some just form on their own. So I want you guys to take a quick peek. We're just going to stay on the screen for a minute. What do you notice about each one of these pictures? I want you to examine them like you're a scientist, okay? And I want you to examine it closely and see what are you noticing about these different pictures. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple seconds. You can even pause the screen if you need a little bit more think time. I would pause it right now and just take a second to look at that. What are you noticing? So, fossils, right? That's what the pictures were. What parts of living organisms are most likely to become fossils? So, some of them can be hard structures, such as bones, claws, or teeth. And those are the ones that are most likely going to become fossils because they're really hard, they're tough, they're durable. So, you're going to see archaeologists finding a lot of the bones, claws, or teeth in the ground. Why is it important to study fossils? Well, fossils help us learn about plants and animals that are not alive anymore. It's very interesting. So now we're going to take a look at some animals. And before we look at those, I want you to already think about this in your mind. What do you notice about these animals? Have you ever seen them before? Okay. And keep in mind before I flip to that next screen, some might look like animals that you are familiar with, but it's not actually that animal. Dun, dun, dun. I believe most of you guys have seen a dinosaur, or obviously not in person, but you've seen them in books, and we've learned about them through school. But we have a dodo bird, a saber-toothed tiger, a woolly mammoth, and a dinosaur. This is the one I was really kind of talking about. I mean, really all of them, a woolly mammoth, a dodo bird, a saber-toothed tiger. Those look like animals that we would see today in some way, right? Dinosaurs, well, dinosaurs are not really comparable with anything that I've seen today anyway. So, what's important about all of these animals on this screen, each one of them, is that they're extinct. So, I want you to think about what currently living animals do you think are related to these, right? So, I think that the dodo bird kind of looks like a toucan. The mammoth looks a lot like an elephant. You guys know that was one of the first ones to pop into my mind. The saber-toothed tiger looks like lions, tigers, and leopards that we have now. The dinosaur in the picture looks similar to a Komodo dragon. So I guess if you kind of think of reptiles, because that's the only ones that I feel like are pretty comparable with dinosaurs. Why is it helpful to relate extinct organisms to currently living organisms? So we're really just trying to figure out, why is it important to compare them, right? The ones that are extinct to the ones that are living now. It's because we can see how the living organisms function. This helps give us an idea of how the related animal may have functioned way back when it wasn't extinct anymore. So now I want you guys to watch this little video about extinction, and it's just going to give you a little bit more background on that.
Every year, more and more animals are in serious danger of going extinct. But have you ever stopped and wondered what causes animals to go extinct in the first place? Let's find out on today's episode of all the animals that have ever lived on Earth, 99.9% are now extinct. The first and most common way that animals go extinct is what we're going to call extinction by natural causes. This is when a species dies out naturally because of forces like climate change, competition from other animals, a reduced food supply, or most likely, a combination of all three. Most natural extinctions happen very slowly over hundreds or even thousands of years. But every once in a while, a catastrophic event can lead to a quick mass extinction, like the meteorite that killed the dinosaurs. Natural causes may have been the main reason animals went extinct throughout most of Earth's history, but over the last couple hundred years, humans have given nature a run for its money as the biggest cause of extinction. That's right. Over the last 500 years or so, humans have hunted lots of animals into extinction. Take the passenger pigeon, for example. When European settlers first arrived in North America in the late 1400s, there were 3 to 5 billion passenger pigeons living there. By the 1800s, hunting and eating the poor pigeons was so widespread in the US that the very last passenger pigeon died in 1914, and that's just one example. Some species, like the American bison, are lucky. Millions of bison lived in North America until the Europeans arrived. Hunting was so intense that only 541 were left by 1889. Sound familiar? Well, unlike the passenger pigeon, this story has a happier ending. A handful of ranchers gathered the remaining bison together to save them from extinction. Since then, their numbers have flourished, and more than 300,000 bison live today on farms and national parks around the US and Canada. Animals are also hunted for body parts like fur, feathers, hides, or horns. And hunting isn't the only way humans cause animals to go extinct. Habitat loss is a huge problem too. When we build giant farms to grow food, the natural land that many animals rely on is destroyed, leading to their extinction. Pollution can poison the land, air, and especially water, and has at least 700 marine species on the brink of extinction right now. So just remember, like tigers, elephants, and rhinos, even the mightiest animals are at risk of extinction, if we're not careful. And now you know why animals go extinct. Comment below if you have a question you'd like to know the answer to. And don't forget to subscribe.
Okay, so that brings us on over to what we're doing today. I hope that you guys were able to learn something from that video. I thought it was super cute, and it also, just gave us a little bit more information, right? We're just cracking into this topic, so we're not experts yet. We're still learning. So after you listen to this, and I hope that you were able to think about all that you've learned about fossils and extinction, you're going to complete the template that is attached to this activity. Please, please, please let me know if you have any questions. This is what it looks like. So we have extinction in the middle, and you're telling me what are 4 reasons that extinction can occur, okay? So I want you to be thinking about that. Try to give me them. I challenge you. All right, you guys. Thank you so much.